Well, that was a very beautiful game by the Raptors, and I have no idea where to start. There are so many things we got to break down here. First off, Raptors win 118-93 over the Milwaukee Bucks, and just everything the Raptors were doing tonight was fantastic, and that first quarter just showed it right there. Serge Ibaka was unbelievable, all over the place, just doing unbelievable things in that first quarter, and he ended up having a really great night with 19 points, 6 boards, 3 assists on 8 of 10 shooting. That is 80%, which is pretty straightforward math, but that's what it is. And you know what, guys? DeMarre Carroll, I know we've been saying, sit him on the bench. He played a pretty darn good game tonight. In 22 minutes, he had 12 points, 6 boards, 4 of 6 shooting. He was 3 of 3 from the free throw line. I got to admit, I loved his game tonight. Defensively, he was all up in Antetokounmpo's grill. He was doing really, really well. That's great to see. Because with him and Patterson, if those two guys can get going and knock down some threes here and there, that'll be nice. That's kind of like the supporting cast. Literally, the supporting cast for Norman Powell. Because finally, we talked about this in the last video about finally this guy gets a chance. And he ran with it. And tonight, he had a big, big night. Norman Powell, 25 points, 4 boards, 4 assists, 3 steals. He had a block, 8 of 11 shooting for 72%, 5 of 5 from the free throw line, and 4 of 4 from 3. Norman Powell was unbelievable in this game. And late in the game, dunking over Thon Maker. And then a beautiful pass from Fred VanVleet right at the very end. And just throwing it down. And Pirtle, you see him get fired up under the bucket. I mean, this was just a Norman Powell type of night. And this is it. Norman Powell played unbelievable. But so did just about everybody else. Again, like we said, Carroll was good. Serge Ibaka was fantastic. Lowry, bad back. He was questionable for the game. Did play. 16 points, 3 boards, 10 assists. He had a double-double, 3 steals, 4 of 9 shooting, not so. It was all right. 2 of 4 from 3, and 6 of 6 from the free throw line. He was solid. Bad back or not, you clearly saw it was bugging him a little bit, but he was fighting through it, falling all over the ground, taking fouls left and right. I mean, he was great. That's the Kyle Lowry we know, the gritty kind of guy who's going to get up in people's grills. That was huge. DeRozan, again, slow first 2.5 quarters. Picked it on near the end. 18 points, 3 boards, 6 assists, 7 of 14 shooting, 50%. He was dynamite. JV off the bench. He played 21 minutes, 8.7 boards. But again, defensively, I thought he was really good. And obviously the little scuffle with Greg Monroe. I'm not sure why JV got it was like a double technical. I'm not sure why JV got one, but hey, it is what it is. And that happened. Corey Joseph, he was great. He had 10 points, and he was efficient as well. I was really, really happy with him. 4 of 8. He was great. Patterson, he only had 5 points, but he was 2 of 4. He was dynamite. And the total for the Raptors, they shoot 58% from the field, 44% from 3, 92% from the free throw line. And a couple big things that won this game. 40 rebounds to 23. The Raptors were plus 17 on the glass. And the great news is, and I'm not sure if this stayed packed the entire game, I think it did, they did not allow one single second chance point. The Raptors were dynamite on the glass, and it showed. It really did. Also, 28 assists. The ball movement, oh my goodness, it was beautiful. Kicking it all around to getting it in down low, kicking it back, launching a 3, bang, there it is. Just gorgeous all around. And the great thing about this team today, when the Milwaukee made a little run, like a 6-0 run, 8-0 run, bang, the Raptors countered right after that and got right up in them. And that's what a good team does. They can handle the little the little comebacks the teams give you, and then you can push right back. That's what the Raptors did. They also had 10 steals, 6 blocks, 17 turnovers. Not a fan of that. But again, Milwaukee had 15, so it kind of evens that out. Just a great, great game. Energy everywhere. Ibaka putting Antetokounmpo on a poster twice in the first quarter. I mean, the first quarter, there was so much energy. You could just feel it going. And, I mean, this team just showed so much tonight. The resilience, right? You hear in Milwaukee, they're saying, Bucks in 6. Well, today, it was Raps in 6. The Bucks in 6 can't happen anymore. It would have to be Bucks in 7. I don't want that to happen. I don't think that's going to happen because the Raptors are playing very, very well. And having DeMarre Carroll, I know it's a small thing, guys, but having DeMarre Carroll play the way he did tonight, if we can see that DeMarre Carroll in that limited 22 minutes over the rest of the season, and as long as we have this guy, he's dynamite. He played all right defense tonight. We've been seeing over the playoffs so far, DeMarre Carroll's defense was like, and his shooting was nowhere to be found. That's why we're like, just get this guy off the court. But tonight, defense was solid. And he was knocking down shots and knocked down a 3-point play, got the contact, launched it up, bang, knocked it down. He was great. And obviously Norman Powell, player of the game for me, Norman Powell, by far. That guy brought the most energy and was just knocking down. He was perfect from 3, 4 of 4, just gorgeous. Who was your player of the game in this one, guys? Let me know in the comments. Who was your player of the game? And the energy in the building. I love it. Seeing the Air Canada Center lift off and just get amped every play, every possession. Milwaukee has an 8-0 run. Bang, let's go Raptors chant starts. Tides change. I love it. The fans were dynamite. Everybody in the square fired up. I love it. And it's just, they probably love it too. They thrive on the energy. We know PJ Tucker does, because my goodness, that guy is straight up energy. He only had 2 points, 6 boards, 2 assists, but again, his defense is what he's here for, and he was great again. But I'm going right back to Norman Powell again. Not only was he great and efficient from the field, we have seen what he has done in these 2 games. He has limited Chris Middleton, arguably their second scorer, if you can count him or Brogdon, doesn't really matter. Now, in game 2 and 3, Middleton had 20 points in both games. You put Norman Powell out there to start against Middleton. In the next 2, he gets 10 points and 8 points and shoots 30% and 37%. He only took 8 shots in this game, and he only got 3 of them. That's what I'm loving about Norman Powell. His offense is so good, but he's so good defensively too. He alters so many shots. Oh, it's beautiful. If we can continuously see games like this team has an opportunity to go a long way. With everybody contributing the way they have, that's what we got to continue to see. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed the video, and man, if you enjoyed this game, smack that like button. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below. Let me know what your favorite moment of this game was, because there were so many. Who was your player of the game, as I said earlier? And we'll talk to you guys a little bit later on tonight, Jay's edition. Hopefully it doesn't go too late, because I don't want to be falling asleep during the game. But we'll talk to you guys then. Well, I can't say Leafs edition anymore. It sucks. But, and we'll also talk to you guys Raptors edition. That will be, Thursday. We don't know the time yet. That is to be determined. But is back in Milwaukee for Game 6. If the Raptors can bring out a game like they did today, they have a very good chance of taking this series in 6. It would be nice because then they get a few days rest. That would be great. And then we can do a round 2 preview. And that's what we will do. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We got to win a game. But I want to win it in Milwaukee. And we don't have to come back home. We can just enjoy a little bit of rest, all right? So we'll talk to you guys post-game, Game 6 in Milwaukee. Let's take it home, and let's move on to round 2. We'll see you guys then.